Welcome to another edition of or episode of Domestic Matters, Domestic with a K, Matters with a Z. I'm your host, Dr. Kalima Fatima Abdul Qudus, PhD, and the president of the Safe Campaign NGO in special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, New York, USA headquarters. We cater to people of color who are marginalized by systemic disenfranchisement worldwide, and that includes all of us. We are all people of color, aren't we? Well, the purpose of this show is to discuss whether or not, for me to share my ideas about your soul and to kind of give you something to think about today regarding your soul and its condition. I would like you to take a moment to reflect and think about whether or not you truly believe that your soul is currently at this moment that I'm speaking to you in a condition that you believe you'll walk right into paradise. Do you feel that you have earned enough coins, like in the video games, at this point, if your soul were taken today, to have earned paradise? I personally don't think I have. So today I would like for you to reflect on that and think about some of the things that you've done in your life that may have caused you to earn sins, okay? Because truthfully, that's the reason we're here. We're here to earn our way back up the yellow brick road, facing challenges as if we were the Tin Man or the Cowardly Lion, etc., etc. Dorothy and even Toto, for that matter, going to see the wizard. That's how you got to see it. Now, you know that you're going to face all of these obstacles up this yellow road. And do you really think that along the way you've handled every circumstance in the best proper perspective? And are you proud of yourself for what you have done and how you behaved while you were here? I know that I haven't, and I'm personally afraid of going to hell. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm afraid. I want to do everything that I possibly can to please my Lord and to earn paradise gracefully. I want to be good to my children. I want to be good to parents, grandparents, and other relatives, other people I don't know, people I'm talking to now on this machine that are watching me. I'm careful what I say because I'm responsible for what I say and share to you. I'm not sure that I know many people that think that way, but I know one thing for sure: no matter what you believe, how you believe it, I have yet to meet somebody that came back when they died. That tells me in my common sense brain of thinking that there is something greater than me that is controlling the whole scheme of things. And that means that I have tasks to do here, earn my way back, so that I have a clean soul when I go 6 feet deep, because there's no undoing it. That's something you can't reverse. When it's your time to go, nothing can stop it. There's another thing, that at the grave, or before you reach your grave, the angel of death, Jibril, aka Gabriel, will ask you 4 questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? And what have you done for the poor? That tells me that each one of us are responsible for doing something for the poor. It's not just Dr. Kalima with the Safe Campaign. Each and every one of us are responsible for doing something to help someone else. So to sit back and wait on entities like the United Nations and EcoSoc and UNHCR and UNICEF and UN Women and all these different programs, Catholic Charities, which, by the way, thumbs up to Catholic Charities because I've had to use them in my past. And you know what? I didn't have to be Catholic to get the help. I love that. I'm just a human being, and they helped me because I was a human being with hijab on my head and all. That's how it's supposed to be. Going back to the subject matter at hand, though, your soul and its condition. It's important to domestic matters because that's the role you play domestically. So when you're complaining about somebody attacked you, somebody did something to you in your community, that is your domestic matter. But have you done something to someone else in your community? Because like karma, aka God, whatever you put out, you get back. So I'm not saying everything happens at all to you, because some things are just tests. We're under examination. And those tests include how you actually decide to deal with the crisis. The test. How do you plan to, if you go through something, are you going to run outside and do like those people that shoot up the schools? They go running down the street and they're going to be mad at the world because of something that they're going through. So let me just shoot up a couple of innocent people. Is that how you're going to manage your trial? Or are you going to face it head up like a Mack truck? Because that's also important. How you deal with what it is. It's not how you fall, it's how you get up. The trials that you face can also help other people. Sometimes somebody that you don't know is going through something very similar. And then, like, let's say you aced it. You got in and you got out of it. And it was hard, and you went up and you went down, and you're more resilient than someone else. And then you help them to understand how you overcame. Because some people are not good teachers, They don't know how to show what they did to overcome a thing. But then you got some people who are eloquent. They know how to teach other people, and those things help people who are not that strong, or somebody who may be using drugs, or somebody with low self-esteem and other things that they are dealing with. They don't know how to come out of that. And you might have exactly what they need to do it. So those are reasons why, or some of the reasons why, you'll be tried with something to strengthen you. And you only get what you can bear. You may not know you can bear those things, but you can, because it's the only reason you got it. Be proud of yourself that you were selected to go through those trials and tribulations, because you are uniquely you. And you're the person that actually can do it. And nobody knows you better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So ask yourself again, are you, if today was your last day on this earth, prepared to present your report card to your Lord? And if you aren't, I suggest that you get to work, because these are indeed the last days. And I'm currently writing a book called The Final Pen, or My Final Pen. That's the actual title of it. I'm co-writing with my sheikh, who's teaching me how to be a sheikha, Tijani sheikha. And I've asked him to co-write with me in parable the story that we're writing, and it's going to define a lot of the experiences that I went through. And I find over the years people ask me how in the world I was able to overcome those things. And the more I tried to explain it, it just sounded like a book. It's just way too much to answer in one question, though the summary narrowed down to the fact that the reason I'm able to overcome it is my Lord. My comfort level in knowing who I am, and found myself knowing who I am through all the struggles and sacrifices that I made. That being said, thank God. And now I'm penning it, hoping that, again, all of my things that I do and commit to tied together. Just like being the president of the Safe Campaign NGO, me doing this podcast, Domestic Matters, and also the novel, My Final Pen, and other writing that I've done prior to My Final Pen. My previous novel, Sophite, which actually went into 4 editions and kept selling out. It's actually still available on Amazon as an ebook. Sophite, S-O', feet, like your feet on your body. And then you just type Dr. Khalima Abdul Quddus and it'll come up on Amazon. But that was my true story of growing up as a second generation African American Muslim post the assassination of Malcolm X, aka El Haj Malik Abdul Shabazz, and I'm telling my story of that experience after and within that learning curve. That book kept selling over and over and over to the point I couldn't even keep up with the print, affording the print over and over again because I self-published it. So that's what made me decide to leave it as an ebook. It was a lot easier on me. And then I went into crisis again in my life. And I'm hoping the Lord is pleased with me for how I overcame those challenges, which led to my final pen and where I am today. And the near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, and how real they really are. And know what people are telling you that God looks like is not true. Okay? He doesn't look like a man with straight hair. I hate to say that. But I saw him, spoke to him, and got in trouble by him too about past sins I did, mistakes I made, and that the fact that I'm back here incarnate is because I was able to own them, repent for them, tell the truth of them, and really be honest and real with myself that I'm just a person trying my best to make it back like everybody else. But it's not in what you do, it's how you do it. You got to stop lying to yourself. Know that you're not perfect. Own that. Work on yourself. And when you work on yourself and own the fact that none of this is about you, but in fact about all of us. When you realize this world was not created just for you, okay? It was created for all of us. When you figure that part out, that's when you begin to live. So in this edition or episode, I'm not going to speak long because I have a long list of things that I want to talk about with us moving forward. So what I've decided to do was shorten this one and get back to you after this episode is over with some more deep situations and explanations about how I even got in the UN to begin with. What an interesting story. And that's also a part of my next novel and final novel, my final pen. This is Domestic Matters, domestic with a K, matters with a Z, and I am your host, Dr. Kalima Fatima Abdul Quddus, also the president of the Safe Campaign NGO. Have a great day. Look forward to you at the next episode.